who put the article about how it's not trendy to have a boyfriend anymore.
Mm.
So what's your opinion on that then?
Here's the thing. So I create content obviously online, and I'm sure like you know about this as well. But for anybody who creates content online, they know that if you make it as controversial as possible, then it's going to get more clickbait, it's going to get more attention, and your following will go up, all that kind of stuff. But I think it's quite dangerous. Like sometimes when people use such divisive language, I think, and it gets the viewership and it went very viral. So in terms of from a business perspective, it was a smart move. But it just honestly made me really sad to see the comment section of how many women were saying, oh, my life is so much better without a man and things like that. And in the actual article, there's a lot of points that she made that I do actually agree with. I think it's fantastic that women are recognizing that they're worthy and enough with or without a partner. I think for such a long time, women have been very conditioned that, they're only successful once a man chooses them and all that kind of stuff. So I think that that's good, that that's less of a narrative now. And that was one of the things that she sort of addressed within the article. But yeah, the title I just felt like was so divisive. And then it meant that so many people who probably didn't even read the article were creating content about it, and then like the comment section were just blowing up. And yeah, it just worries me. I don't want it to become fashionable for this to be a narrative. And obviously, that was in Vogue, so probably the biggest fashion magazine in the world. And so yeah, it does make me sad that such divisive language was used, because most women have had some negative, potentially very negative dating experiences with men. But does that mean that it's embarrassing to have a boyfriend or things like that? No. And I don't, and the thing is as well, is that if you do truly want men to change in certain ways of, I'm trying to remember some of the comments in terms of like, but talking about, perhaps being more emotionally mature and things like that, the way to help them grow and better themselves is not through creating greater division. So in terms of the actual article, I thought that there were some interesting points in the actual article. I definitely don't agree with all of it. And she used some comments, which again were very divisive, taking comments from videos online. But, I don't disagree with the whole article, but I do think we need to start being a bit more careful about the divisive language that we use just for clickbait purposes, because yeah, that's the part that made me the saddest, to be honest. And then all the comments sections of women saying, it's better not to have a man.